Hello everyone, how you doing? So in this video, I will show you how I finally managed to hit Legend for the first time ever in GBL. I managed to hit it yesterday, and so yeah, it was really a big achievement for me because I've always come really close. Well, not always, but at least season 2 and then last season I came in 2977 and 2980 respectively, and then fell off. And you will see that this team I'm using in Retro Cup, I actually in Ultra League, the team that previous video, I actually went up to 2970 and then we fell down to 2680 something. And then when Retro Cup started, I was at 2680, and then from 2682 to 3034 I managed to do that in 3 days. And the team I used is Shadow Dragonite lead with Lickitung, Safe Swap, and Froslass closer. And this team is by no means like the perfect team because it has a very big problem of rock types. If you have double rock, there is no way of beating this team. And one other thing is Lapras lead. It's really hard to beat that lead. However, what I realized that in the beginning I wasn't facing many rock types, so it was working quite well. And the rock type I was facing the most was Alolan Gravler, which you'll see a few battles for. Yeah, so let's have a look at this team. My Lickitung is not the best of IVs. If you've seen my video before for Love Cup, I used this Lickitung. It's a 15-15-15 lucky Lickitung, which I managed to get from a lucky trade. And in Kanto event, I managed to get around 34 or 38 candies, and to make it to with best buddy boost, to make it to around 1492, I only needed to get another 35 candy-ish, which over the time I managed to get. I will have to say thanks to Pogo Science for suggesting for me to go and do the Kanto event, which I wasn't gonna do, but it really helped me out when I actually managed to hit Legend now. So without further ado, let's look at the battles and let's see how the matches goes. Alright, first match is Dragonite against Regirock. Again, a rock type but doesn't have a rock fast move, and because Lock On doesn't do that much damage, look at how much Dragon Breath is doing. And I managed to get to Dragon Claw before they get to Stone Age, so they're already halfway there, and I've expended one shield and they've thrown one, and I've taken that. Now the second Dragon Claw goes in. If they don't shield, that's the Regirock will go. I will have to shield if I want to keep it to play, so I do shield, and here I will switch to Lickitung and hope that they don't throw a Focus Blast. They switched out to Politoed, which is good for me because Power Whip is super effective, which I will throw the Power Whip now. And the Power Whip connects, and you can see the Lick is doing so much damage. Here I was thinking a Blizzard is coming my way or an Earthquake, but ends up being a Weather Ball, which doesn't do that much damage to Lickitung. Lickitung is very bulky. Here I could have gone for Body Slam, but I managed to farm down, which is good for me. I end up with loads of energy. They come with their Altaria. I can throw my Body Slam. This is just to do chip damage. I switch into Froslass thinking that I may be able to just Powder Snow it down. They actually managed to hit me with the Snow Edge, and I still don't get to the Avalanche, but luckily I had enough energy on my Dragonite to throw the Dragon Claw, which will take the Altaria out. So that... the battles I have is like from 2900 to 2910 to 2970 something, and then from 2970 to 3000. So okay, Dragonite into Jellicent, a very good lead. In comes a Dugong, in comes my Lickitung. Again, this match is a very iffy match. It depends on all the buffs and debuffs and how it all works out. I go straight for the Power Whip. Could have baited here to get the shield and would have been able to get the Power Whip before. Get hit by another Icy Wind, doesn't matter. I managed to get to another Power Whip, but because I'm twice debuff, it will not do that much damage. It does fair bit. Here I want to just take the shield advantage, so I let it hit me, I come in with my Froslass, I try to farm down as much as I can, and then I throw the Avalanche before they can actually hit me with an Icy Wind, so that I don't get debuffed. The shield, which means is good for me, and in comes the Jellicent, in comes my Dragonite. My Dragonite has lots of energy, and the Dragon Breath really chunks. They bait me with Bubble Beam, but I had to shield. Shadow Ball will definitely KO. Dragonite is the squishiest Pokemon in Great Lead, in my opinion. Or yeah, I think it is one of the most squishiest Pokemon. So, but because I have 2 shield, I can completely farm down, throw this. I was hoping I could go to the Draco, but I can't. So I throw this Dragon Claw. My Dragonite get KO'd. I over farm a little, and then I throw the Avalanche because I know this Avalanche will take the Dugong out. They come and throw the Weather Ball. If they went for Grass Energy Ball, maybe they would have won this game, but maybe I would have won CMP. So I think in either way I won this game. So on to the next match, and again in the next match I will face a Toxicroak, and when you win lead with Dragonite, it's really good. Look at that. By the time I get a Dragon Claw, they're already halfway through. They have to shield. In comes an Altaria, in comes my Froslass. Is a very hard counter. I let the Sky Attack through. I usually let it through because I know Froslass can actually survive one. So I throw the Avalanche here to take the Altaria out, and then I was hoping to get to the Shadow Ball, but it's fine. Shadow Claw doesn't do any damage to Lickitung, so I can come in and lick quite a lot. To Mew, they come and switch and throw the Mud Bomb. I go into my Dragonite, I can farm down, but they get to the last second Mud Bomb. Because I have energy, I will shield. And I'll throw this Dragon Claw just to pressure the shield for Mew, and I get the last shield, and there you go. That's pretty much game over. One Wild Charge will not be enough to kill me from here, and Body Slam doesn't come close to, but the Lick will be enough. In comes that Wild Charge, but like I said, it's not enough to kill me. There you go. That's again another win. So on to the next match. And these matches are against very high level players, and they're in the Legends as well. So Mew, another good lead. Later on you'll see that I will end up getting quite a lot of bad leads. So it's not like just because you're running Dragonite you will end up getting all the good leads. Mew is a good lead. As you can see, even shield. I managed to catch a Dragon Claw, which is amazing, because if that one Dragon Claw would have probably KO'd that Dragonite at that range. In comes the hardest counter for Lickitung in the whole game, in my opinion, which is Vigoroth. The Lick doesn't do any damage. Body Slam, it doesn't really do that much damage to each other, but that counter from Vigoroth is deadly. I managed to get to a last second Body Slam and chip it down quite a lot. I can come in either with Dragonite or Froslass. I managed to come in with Froslass. I know one Bulldoze will not KO me, so I let one Bulldoze through, and then I can here farm down. They get to a last second Body Slam. There is no need to shield it, it's double resisted. So yeah, my Froslass is very low, but it's very much packed with energy, so I can throw the first Avalanche, get the shield, come in with my Dragonite, farm the Mew down, and in comes their own Altaria. Because I have Dragon Claw, it does over half of Altaria's health, and look at the damage Altaria has. And I managed to get to a very last second, I managed to get to a Avalanche, and then one counter is not enough to KO me. So that was a really close match. Even though the lead was such a good lead, doesn't mean that all the time you get good lead you actually end up winning the game. So here as a good example, if there was 1 second lag, I would have lost that game. Again, Dragonite against Gravler, and you will see quite a lot of Gravler. And the way I play Gravler is very different. The way I play it is very simple. I shield once and then I try to farm the Gravler down. They let that Dragon Claw through, so here I can farm the whole Gravler down. I have shield disadvantage, but here I will throw my Dragon Claw, and I know the Dragonite will die just from one more Powder Snow, so I just let it go. Even shield, I come in with my Lickitung because Avalanche will hurt but not as much. In comes a Medicham, I come in with my Froslass and I let this through, and unfortunately it's a Psychic which does quite a lot of damage because the Medicham must have been quite excelled up, I think. I throw my Shadow Ball, and in this case I shouldn't have gone for Shadow Ball, I should have gone for a bait, because if that bait goes through I get the shield, but doesn't matter. They get a lot of farm. Here again I was thinking maybe they have two, so I can shave the shield and throw for the shield the second, and I didn't, and I've become close but not enough. So as you can see, it's a 4-0 for so far, and I get a Xerneas. It's one of the pain thing to catch. I mean, I'm never gonna complain about getting legendary from GBL. So you can see it's gone from 29.76. So here, these are the matches just before Legends, and I'll be facing all the Legends really. So yeah, Dragonite into Gravler again, which is not a good lead because you can see that there's different ways of playing it out. Well, if you let it through, you can win by farming it down. So I have to shield, and then I can farm down the Gravler. They switch out to their Altaria. I switch into my Froslass. I let the Sky Attack through, but then I throw the Avalanche and I was thinking that they will not shield, and they end up shielding, which is bad for me because I don't quite get to the last second Avalanche, and they have enough energy to take my Dragonite out. Looking quite bad for me. It's all up to my Lickitung to see if it can win. In comes that Politoed, and I go straight for Power Whip and hoping that they will think I'm baiting, but they do shield correctly, which if they didn't shield I would have won this game. It's all a matter of who's gonna shield and who's not gonna shield. Weather Ball comes through. I'm going straight for the Power Whip. They have to throw something. I let it through, and I have enough energy to throw a Power Whip, but they went CMP. I have to shield this if I have any chance of winning. Power Whip is not quite gonna be enough because Politoed is tanky, and I won't be able to get to a Body Slam to KO it. So there goes their match. So on to the next match. I think it's gonna be another it's another Gravler, like I thought. Yeah, so it's Gravler again. I throw the Dragon Claw and the shield, and this is the first time a Gravler has shield, so let's see how that goes. They only need 2 and they can actually get to the next move. I have to shield if I want to win switch, so I farm him down. I throw the Dragon Claw, but they catch it on their Altaria, which gets shielded, which is good for me. Now I can come in and get a lot of farm with my Froslass and take the Altaria out. So the Altaria is not gonna go down to this Avalanche. In comes that Gravler, but I managed to Powder Snow it. In comes that a Cresselia this time, but the Shadow Ball will be doing quite a lot of damage, and I don't get to the Avalanche. Doesn't matter. I come in with my Dragonite to see if they will throw, and they do throw, and then now Lickitung can just to get the win. So yeah, same lead, different kind, like similar kind of Pokemon, similar team, different result. Depends on how they play and how I play the game. On to the next one, and it's Gyarados. Is a very bad lead. I have to switch out straight away, and in comes a Kingdra. And now I'm thinking, is it a triple Dragon Breath or triple Dragon Line? And if that is the case, I will have to save my shields for Froslass. So I don't shield anything and hoping it's not an Outrage, and it's an Octodooka. I don't get the debuff. I go straight for the Power Whip again. I know Body Slam would probably be a better move here, but I went for the harder hitting one and hits it. And there's very little health left. Dragonite can completely Dragon Breath it down. In comes that Gyarados. I'm hoping to just get a shield here with my Dragon Claw, and I do get the shield. So now with 2 shields up, I'm in a very good position. Aquatil comes in, and they switch into their own Shadow Dragonite, and all I know is that if I shield, I can completely farm down the Dragonite and then throw a Shadow Ball at the Gyarados, which gives me my game. So very bad, horrible lead, and then managed to win just by predicting what's gonna be in their team. That's one of the things I learned from this season, is just to try and predict. I'm often wrong. And that's why I end up losing game quite a lot. But then, you know, triple dragon, this kind of things, once you're in that range, lots of meme happens. So that's why I'm thinking maybe they'll run Crustle. Horrible lead, horrible lead. Safe swap into a Galvantula, so I'll go into my Lickitung and see if I can win the switch back. If not, I'm hoping for a shield advantage. Again, with shield I can beat Crustle, so I let that through. I'll throw Body Slams here because no point throwing Power Whip because it's resistant, and Galvantula is squishy, but they will take me out with this move, and it's a lunge. I can come in with my Dragonite, completely farm it down, don't even resist the Volt Switch, and hoping to get to a Dragon Claw to do quite a lot of damage to the Crustle. Crustle shields, 2 shields up, Froslass will have to do most of the work. Here, if they bait me twice, they have a chance of winning, so they bait me once with X-Scissor, and then here they can also go for Rock Slide and bait me again with X-Scissor. They catch my Avalanche, and I don't know why, because I probably would have been able to not get to another Avalanche if they didn't catch. It gives me enough farm to go for another Avalanche, takes the Crustle out, and that's how I win that game. Very clutch win, that one. On to our next match. It's Vigoroth against Dragonite. It's not actually a good match because Vigoroth gets to Body Slam way too quick, and Dragonite cannot tank a Body Slam. Not at that, like, I think at that range it will be like on the red. It literally cannot tank any charge move, so you have to use shields. I managed to catch a Body Slam on my Froslass, which is really good. To hard counter me comes a Crustle, and I throw a Avalanche, and they don't shield, which does massive damage, and I will now let it go because now all I need to do is come in with my Dragonite and farm down the Crustle. One Rock Throws goes through, does a lot of damage, but it's not enough to take me out. Vigoroth will come through. I will have to throw so that I get the last shield, and if I don't, the Vigoroth goes away. In comes a Froslass, and here I'm looking good. All I need to do is bait once and throw a Power Whip. I throw a Body Slam to bait. I get the don't get the shield, and that's where it becomes problematic. If I do get the shield, I would have been good. I have to bait again, and they do shield this time, but they manage to get to Avalanche, which will take me out. All up to Dragonite to see if it can Dragon Breath. One Dragon Breath is enough to take the Froslass out, and I win that game. Very close games. In these levels, it was all very close games. Dragonite onto Haunter. Again, a very good lead for Dragonite because Haunter is squishy, and look at the amount Dragon Breath damage it's doing. It's already in red when I'm almost throwing the Dragon Claw. I can completely farm down. I throw a Dragon Claw here just to do some chip damage, and Lapras will take me. But because of that Dragon Claw, Lapras is almost halfway dead. So all I need to do is Body Slam spam to see if I can get shields. I get the first shield. I switch out, and I was thinking to catch a Skull Bash here, because a Skull Bash would have been amazing to catch, but they don't throw, and then they throw 2 serves, which doesn't look too good to me, and they'll throw one more. Because I have so much energy, I will want to shield. I farm up a little bit more, and I throw an Avalanche. At this range, the Avalanche should kill, but it doesn't. In comes a Hex Marowak, and because it's a Hex Marowak, I win this game. I have to throw Power Whip because Body Slam is double resisted and Power Whip is single resisted. Doesn't do any damage, but the lick is really adding up. Here, Fire Blast comes through, almost takes me out because it's Hex. If it was Fire Spin, I would have been dead by now. I lick down the Marowak and then I can lick down the Lapras. So there you go, that's how I won from a very bad position, really. On to the next match. It's Froslass against Dragonite. Very bad lead, almost impossible to win. What I do, I stay, I throw a Dragon Claw. This Dragon Claw will probably kill, so they always shield. I get a shield advantage, come in with my Lickitung and see if they can lick it down. They have their own Lickitung, which is not looking good. I have to come in with my Froslass. I throw the Avalanche, does a lot of damage, and they will throw something. I will not shield, thinking it's a bait, and they do throw the Power Whip, which is bad for me because if it was a bait, if I called the bait right, I would have won. I have to shield because I have Avalanche and I don't want the energy to go to waste. The Avalanche takes the Lickitung out, but the opposing Froslass has too much energy. I have to let it, well, actually shield this. I could have actually let it go and see what comes in. Hypno comes in. It's good for me, but because they have a shield advantage and I'm quite low on health, there is no way of winning this game really. So unfortunately, I will have to just let it go. Hypno just confusions me down. So yeah, some of the wins, some of the losses. On comes the Dragonite onto Altaria. And Altaria, again, in this match, I just try to see if I can get a shield. I get the shield, I let my Dragonite go down, come in with my Froslass, try to farm down. I let one, whatever it is, even if it's Dragon Pulse, let it through. In comes the Haunter, and in comes the hardest counter to Haunter. If they don't have Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb, there's nothing they can do. Sludge Bomb, it's a Shadow Ball. I know I don't have to throw anything, I can completely lick down. In comes a normal cast form, and because normal cast form is running Hex, again is good for me. I know Lick is not doing any damage to them, but I get to body slam quicker than, well, I have energy over cast form. So these weather balls comes through, I throw the last body slam and this will take the last shield. I come in with my Froslass. One Avalanche will be enough to take the cast form out, and in comes that Altaria, and they know that they won't be able to beat me, so they concede. And that was my last match before hitting Legend. So there you can see I won all 5 out of 5 games and I managed to hit Legend and go 3034. All the accessories and everything. So yeah, hope you enjoyed these games, hope you enjoyed the team, hope you enjoyed the commentary. I really enjoyed Retro Cup and I'm still enjoying it. I haven't actually played after getting Legend. I actually played a couple of sets and I intentionally lost because I didn't want it to be a gatekeeper to some people who are trying their hardest to get Legend. It's a good feeling to have, really. So next week it's all league comes through, and since Master League is here, I'm gonna bring you a submission from my good friend who gave me an XL Mewtwo and XL Garchomp team. So that's gonna be something to look forward to. Anyways, have a nice day. See you later. Bye.